I have to come to another important concept, how a view can be manipulated. I mean, say how a view, I mean, say how a button click can be observed. I mean, say how a button click I mean, say, can be utilized. How a button click can be used to perform some action, to take some action, to send a request on the server, to take the response, to open another screen, to I mean, say, to start a background task, to start a thread, and to start anything, I would say, by using a button. So now we are going to observe the button click. You are getting my point, na?
Yes.
Right now we have a button. Here you can find out one thing in button. There is nothing but call ID. You are getting my point?
Yeah.
See the screen. Just like Android layout margin top, just like Android width, just like Android height, just like Android text, just like Android background, there is another attribute that is nothing but called Android ID, right?
Yeah.
Android ID is nothing but just like a name for any view. For example, if you want to put the name of your text view, then you can use that one ID, a small ID, Android ID, @ plus ID, and you can use text view one. There may be question in your mind. What is the meaning of @ plus ID? Okay,
Yeah.
and there are other also kind of say ID writing of kind of things. For example, see, sorry, @ plus ID, @Android, @Android colon, @ID action setting, @ID button, @ID FAB, @ID toolbar. Then let me tell you two things that is very important. First of all, @plus ID. See, in Android, uh, there are certain views that having a default ID. There are certain views that having a default ID. Let me write down this point, because you have to I will say go through this point. In Android, there are two ways for defining ID for any views. The first one is called system defined. System defined ID using @Android colon. And second one is called user defined. That is newly created using @plus ID slash. So in case of Android, of you can define the name of any, I mean, say, views by two ways. You can define the views name by two ways, either using the system defined ID, or either using a newly created. So generally there in a certain situations we have to use some system defined ID, and in certain situations we can create our own, I mean, say, ID to utilize that thing inside our, say, inside our user interface. So @ plus ID, right now @ plus ID is for creation of a newly, I mean, say, ID, and @Android is nothing but system defined. That is already, if some ID is already exist, then that can be used like this: @Android and ID. For example, you can see here, if I am removing this one @Android and ID, then you can find out accessibility, background, button 1, button 2, button 3, candidates area, checkbox, close button, content, copy, copy URL, extra. There are lots of system defined ID. You are getting my point now? You are getting my point?
Yes, yes.
So there are lots of system defined ID. Right now, I don't want to use the system defined ID. I want to create my own ID. So @ plus ID, and I want to use my own ID name TB1, that is text view 1. And in the same situation, I'm creating my own ID right now. My I want to create an ID that is a new right now. So @ plus ID slash button is the new ID that I want to create it for button, and @ plus ID TB1 is nothing but the new ID that I created my text view. You are getting my point or not?
Yes.
Now, this is the way, with the help of that, we can create our ID either using @ plus ID or either using @Android :ID. Now there is a third way also. What is that third way? Third way is basically, there are another way, but take the reference actually. But take the reference. What is that? I will tell you, no problem. Reference. But take the reference using @ID. What is that meaning? Let me tell you. See, sometime we created a button. We created two buttons on our screen. Sometime we created two buttons on our screen. One is having ID @ plus ID slash button, no problem. And second one is having @ plus ID slash button 2, for example. Sometime I want to put the button 2 just below the button 1. In all case, either on tablet, if application is going to be installed on tablet, if application is going to be installed on mobile phone, then I want to put the second button in all situations in below the first button. Then I can use @ below, and then I can use Android Android below, and then we can use Android ID and then slash ID of the first button. If I use this code in the second button code, then the second button will always exist, I mean say below the first button. You are getting my point?
Yeah.
Getting my point, na?
Yes, yes.
You can also take the reference from developer.android.com how the @ plus ID, @Android :ID, @ID, how these IDs are different and how these ID can be utilized. But whatever I told you is nothing but the exact point, and you can, using this concept, you can put the things on the screen and you can utilize the same thing inside your Android application, right?
Yeah.
So right now I'm using the user defined ID, this one, something like this, Android :ID, @ plus ID slash button, and something like this. So now I have to utilize this particular kind of button inside our activity, because I already updated the interface. Now right now I don't want to use the on start, on create, on destroy. So just I am deleting this code. You are getting my point now?
Yeah.
Now I want to change the text dynamically. For example, see, app, run the app. Now here, Nitin, how are you? When I want to change this text, when I click on the button, I want to change this one. Yes, I'm fine. When I click on this button, this text has to change. You are getting my point or not?
Yeah.
So I want to take some action on button click. So whenever I click on this button, click to play, then that click to change. So whenever I click on this button, this text must be changed. So now I want to change this text dynamically. So for that, I need something. What is that thing? First of all, I want to open my content. There are lots of ways to do this thing, but I will tell you two ways. With the help of that, you can do that. Right now, there is an attribute. That attribute is called click. Click attribute. On click. Android on click. My screen is visible to you, na? My screen is visible,
Yeah.
and there is a content I written here. Please click. I can also define this please click in a string, and I can take the reference from there. You are getting my point or not?
Yeah.
Just like this one. I can also define this please click in a string file, and I can reference that from there to here to display the things here. But I just written the hard code, no problem. But you can avoid this kind of practice. So please click, and there is a Android on click, and there is a please click. And now I open the activity file. Activity file, I would say that activity file to which this layout is attached. Don't try to open another activity file in which this layout is not attached. If this layout is not attached in that activity file, then you will find exception at runtime. No such method error and no such file, something like this. So try to, understand the button that is defined in this XML file. In that XML file, that XML file should be should be attached to that screen on which you want to display those kind of things. You are getting my point or not?
Right.
So don't try to open another screen. Try to open that screen on which that layout file is attached, in which you define the button, and on button click you want to take the actions. Right now, find view. There are certain defined methods. Find view by ID. Method name is self-explanatory. Find view by ID. You want to find two view. Which one? Button and text view. You are getting my point, na?
Yeah.
Button, on button click, you want to take some action, and view, that means text view. So here define a global variable in a class, text view, view 1, global variable, and alt enter to import, and then find view by ID. What is the ID? R. Whatever ID you define, see, try to understand. Whatever layout you define, you use R dot layout. Whatever color you define, you use R dot color. Whatever you use to define menu, R dot menu. In the same way, whatever ID you define, you have to use R dot ID. You are getting my point or not?
Yes.
Very easy. So R dot ID, and which ID? TB1 for text view 1. Got it?
Right.
But you have to convert this find view by ID reference into the view 1 object. So text view 1 object, because you want to change the dynamically the things, and to change the thing dynamically you need object. Getting my point?
Yeah.
So I just find view by ID method. There is a assignment operator I utilize. There is a equality, and find view by ID, I just assign this one inside the view 1, but there is a red mark. What is that? Actually, find view by ID method is utilized for every type of view. Find view by ID is utilized for every type of view, either for button, either for radio button, either for text view, either for edit text. So find view by ID having a return type, that is a super type for all the types. So there is a typecast is required in a corresponding object. You are getting my point or not? I am just talking
Yes.
about object-oriented programming, right?
Yeah.
So this is something like a polymorphism kind of situations. Okay, now.
Right.
So find view by ID method having the return type view. So either radio button, then you have to typecast in the corresponding type radio button. If you have a I mean say if you are finding a view that is a radio button, then typecast into radio button. If you are finding a view that is a button, then typecast into the button. If you are finding a view that is a, I mean say checkbox type, then typecast into the checkbox. Right now this is a text view. So you have to typecast into the text. I think this is clear to you. According to my experience, I think you can understand. If not,
Yeah.
then I can discuss further.
Yeah, it's clear.
It's clear, or definitely it's clear, because this is a object-oriented kind of situations. So now, right now, you find the view, text view actually, with the help of their ID. Text view having a text view having their ID, and you can finding that particular kind of text view with the help of ID. And right now you will get this view, the current, I mean say text, hi, sorry, I mean say what is that, hello, or what is that, not hello, hi, sorry, Nitin. So Nitin, how are you? This text, this will give you the current text, right? Nitin, hi,
Yeah.
how are you? Getting my point now?
Yes, yes.
But we will change it dynamically. I mean say I have to change this object at runtime. I mean say when a button click, this object has to change. I have to write some code to change the things, no issues. Now come to the point. A very easy concept, a very easy. Now come here, Android on click, there is a please click. On click is something like a method, something like a method. When you write a on click and please click, something like this, then this is a method name. Sorry, this is a method name. This is a method name, and
Okay.
that method should be defined inside the class, activity class. So that is a public void please click. Got it, my point?
Yes, yes.
So whenever you click on this button, this method is automatically called, right?
Yeah.
Now you can change here, you can change the name of this. If you change the name of this please click method name, then that should be changed also here. Getting my point now?
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, whenever you click on button and if the same name is not there, then you will find no such method error. You will find an exception. Your program force close. Application not responding. You will see application not responding dialog. Right? I will show you these things. And see, because you are going to click a button, so button is something like a view. So Android OS or Android system will pass a view object inside this method. This is a strategy inside this method. So this method should be parameterized, I mean say with the view type. So view type. So whenever you want to click a button and you want to call a method like this, there are another way also. In that case, there is no need to define something like this. There will be a code will auto generated. I will show you what is that. That is called anonymous type. I will show you. But that is a somehow complex. This is a very easy kind of things. But both the things having a different requirement. I mean say when you have to use this one and when you have to use that one. So that thing you have to know. Getting my point, na? So right now I'm talking. I mean say using a very say easy type of concept. You are getting my point or not? So I was writing. I mean say there's a method inside the button, and I defined a method actually. Please click, right?
Yeah.
I would say declare. I declare this method, and I am defining this method inside the Java file, right?
Right.
And now I have to change the text. View1 dot set text. There are certain predefined methods, and here I am writing the text. Yes, I'm fine. You are getting my point now?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now I am going to run the program again. So not a tough task at all. Now here, Nitin, hi, how are you? Click to play. Yes, I am fine. You can change, text has been changed, right?
Yes, yes.
Change na?